Alright guys, welcome back to the Swamp Boys Garage channel. Winter's here, it's getting cold out in the shop and we need to install a heater. So we got the vevor diesel heater. This is a real popular heater for like campers, van build. If you ever watched like a van build, camper, van life YouTube channel, they all use these little diesel heaters. So we're going to check it out, install it, see if it's going to put out enough heat for this shop. And if we ever do a van build, we can install this in there. All right, so let's get this box open and see what all we got, see how much work we're gonna do. I don't know if we gotta put a lot together or what. So let's check this out. So here's the heater. Let's see what else we got. We got an exhaust pipe. Guess this is to vent it. Instruction manual. We're going to see if we can do it without the manual. I've seen them installed in those van life videos a lot. And then a box of stuff. A little exhaust muffler. Two pipes. I guess this is the inlet, air inlet. Alright, so this is everything that was in the box. Got the actual heater, and it comes with the little remote. This is the where the hot air comes out. Just mount it on there. There's a little intake tube, exhaust with the muffler, and all that is under here. See the intake and the exhaust. And the only thing, this is a DC unit because it's mainly for automobiles or heavy equipment. So it's got to run on a battery instead of an AC outlet. And I know for a shop heater it'd be more practical if it was hooked up to the power supply out here instead of to a battery. But I have this little battery here. Hopefully it's going to have enough juice to run it. We'll see how long that lets it run for, but we have some other junk batteries and stuff, but have to get a little trickle charger. But main goal is to heat up the shop. It's not going to take but maybe an hour because we're down south, so it shouldn't take that long. But if you needed one, I would get more of a deep cycle marine battery instead of a little lawnmower, or that was a jet ski battery. So I think what we're going to do is later on build a shelf right here and then exhaust it out the wall right there. But for now, we're just gonna get this thing tested and see how long it's gonna run on that little battery. All right, so let's get it on a higher up table so we can show it on camera a little better. All right, much better. So I think the first step, let's install the exhaust. I see a cutout right here, like you can run it through here, but I'm gonna have it against the wall. So our exhaust needs to come out this way, then it's gonna go through the wall outside. So I'm gonna go ahead and just set it up like that. And it comes with the little hose clamps. You can't mess it up because this one's bigger. That's the intake, and the exhaust only fits on the exhaust. Alright, to put the hose clamp on, instead of trying to fit your screwdriver on an angle, they got a slot. If you got a little skinny screwdriver, you just go straight through this little slot right here. You can see it. And that'll do the exhaust. And you put the intake on, there's a slot on the other side that you can go up and tighten that. So I'm gonna tighten that up and get the battery hooked up and then put some power to it. All right, got both hoses secure. And this is the intake filter. I don't really know what it does. I guess it keeps dirt daubers and stuff from getting in there. Let's get that on. And then the muffler. And there's no flow direction on the muffler, so we just put that on anyway. Get the hose clamp on first. Tighten it down good. And I think to stand this up, we're going to have to put it on some blocks for now. I'm going to build a shelf on the wall with a little cutout. So let's just find some blocks, that way it's not hitting. Alright, I found some scraps. It's not the most ideal. But it should give us enough air gap. Oh yeah, it's gonna work. Alright, let's try to see how we're gonna do this battery connection. Interesting to see how long it's gonna run on this little jet ski lawnmower looking battery. Alright, since it's just temporary, I put a little alligator clip on this. And this one I just stripped the wire because I only have one screw or one little nut in there. This one's busted. So I'm gonna put the positive on first. Might ought to put the diesel in it first. That's probably where the instructions would come in handy. But we're gonna try it and see. Let's see if we have power. Yeah, we have power. Alright, let's get some diesel in it. It holds 5 liters, so that's, I think 4 liters is a gallon. And I want to see if I can burn like used motor oil in here. I know they do that up north in like their big diesel heaters or hot oil heaters, whatever they call it. But if I mix diesel and used motor oil, that'd be good free heat. All right, that was over a gallon. All right, it's all hooked up. Let's see. We have a little remote. I don't know if you can operate it from that or what. It just says on, has plus, minus, and off.
Start heating.
So it's blowing. It's got a little, it's not blowing really hard. I mainly want to see how loud it was going to be because I plan to hook it up here. This is where we film most of the YouTube in this area. If it was louder, I would probably hook it up over there. But I'm going to build a shelf here and then just direct it out and then aim the heat kind of this way. So this little battery works. I just don't know how long. That's not the right time, but we can judge it from there. Still cool air. It's only been 30 seconds. I'm gonna go ahead and open this door up since we don't have the exhaust venting outside. See how long it takes to heat up, and we're gonna see how long it's gonna run. This is still cold. So I don't know if it's the exchanger's fired up yet in it or what. I may be forced to read the instructions. So I'm gonna give it a few minutes. Oh, now I hear it. Hear it knocking. So now it must be pumping diesel to it. Still cold air. This is still cold. I hear it picking up speed. It's getting faster. So I guess it had to go through like a priming phase. And then whatever the heater part of it's gonna kick on. Now it's getting a little louder. Oh, now it's blowing hot. This is still cold. I think I'm gonna move this table where it blows that exhaust out. Be a little bit safer. Still making that thumping noise for some reason. Oh, this is finally getting a little warmer. All right, it's been running about 20 minutes. I've been checking the battery, make sure the battery's still good. And the battery's still at 12 volts. And this is not a good battery either. That battery's old, so, and I think it's gonna let it run for maybe an hour or two, which is more than enough for this little shop. I wish I had a thermometer to show you how hot this air is, but it's super hot. And it got quieter too. It quit all the knocking. So I don't know what all that was. I guess that was the pump running. And you can, let's see, let's turn it off.
Stop heating. Thanks for using. I wish you a safe journey.
All right, so I love this little thing. This is gonna work out great. I'm just not committed right to putting it right there just yet. It's not noisy, so I could put it there. So let me know what you think. Most likely I'm gonna build a little shelf right there. But this thing works great. Plus, if the electricity goes out here, I can easily bring this inside the house and heat the house. So that's gonna work out great. And then whenever we do a van build, really wanna do a suburban build, and we can put this in there for the heat. All right, I let it run for about an hour. I went inside and ate and kind of read the instructions. But they have 3 different kinds. We have this one. That's 8 kilowatts. And this shed here is 20 by 30, so that's 600 square feet. And you really only need, I think, 6 kilowatts of heat for this, but this is 8, so it's definitely gonna work. And this is the majority trucks, equipment, so it's mainly set up for in vehicles because it's 12 volt. And if you get the different other kind, I was reading how the fuel tank comes, you gotta drill a hole in it yourself and then run it over to it. And it shows a bigger battery, or you can use these battery packs. And it says don't charge it while it's running for some reason. It won't get to amps or something. And also they have an app, Bluetooth. And as you see, it was really easy to set up. And I can't figure out how to set the time. I got to keep messing with that. And I noticed this cutout was to run this through it, so it's not next to that. I was thinking it was for the exhaust, but the air intake is on that side, so I'm gonna run that through there. And battery held up great. It didn't drop voltage at all, and it didn't hardly use any fuel. I think the fuel level is like right there, so we might have used maybe 2 or 3 cups of diesel. All right, change of plan. I figured out a better way to do all of this. Instead of having a battery, I found this on Amazon. It's a AC to DC. It's 15 amps, 12 volt. So I'll be able to hook this up to AC power, and it'll always have the amount of DC it needs. And then instead of installing it in here, I'm gonna install it outside on the wall. And then, so it's gonna be out here on the outside, and I'll cut a hole here for this. So I'll just let this blow inside. So this is all you'll see is this little fitting, which will be right here. So everything will be outside. The only bad thing about that is I'll have to reach way up here to pour the diesel and oil in it. So, which, that's not bad. I might just have a milk crate or something out there. But that's gonna be way better. Never have to worry about a battery. Don't have to worry about the sound, or main thing is running this exhaust through the wall. I would have to double wall it with some pipe. So I have to cut probably a 1.5 inch hole, run a 1.5 inch pipe, then run that through it, and then wrap this so the heat doesn't transfer and catch the shed on fire, because I have insulation in the walls. So I think that's gonna be my best bet. All right, so what's the pros and cons of it? It's portable, it's very efficient, it puts out a lot of heat, it's quiet, it does great for my 600 square foot shop. And I guess some of the cons is it's not AC DC, so you're gonna have to figure that out. Hopefully what I have planned is gonna work. If you need more than 800 square feet, you're probably either gonna need 2 or something different. So it's really great, I love it. I think it's gonna work perfect for me. So all in all, the vevor heater is really great. It's gonna work great for my application. It's gonna, if you have a van or whatever, do the van build, it's gonna work great for that. I see a lot of them on YouTube, so apparently this brand's really good. I'll have a link in the description. I'll even link that AC to DC little converter that I found, even though I haven't installed it yet. That way you can check it out. You gotta make sure you get 15 amps, that's the thing, because it has a 15 amp fuse on it, so you need that amount of current. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you don't think my plan's gonna work, definitely tell me, because I'm gonna be doing that in the next day or 2. So let me know if you've installed one of these, what you think. And I will see you in the next one.